Poliwrath EX is a monster. With 180 HP, Hydro Knuckle deals 100 damage for 3 energy. Unless you have a water-type energy attached to him, which will up his power to 140. Poliwrath EX joins the club of Stage 2 3 energy attackers that can peak at 140 damage if their conditions are met. The key thing is with the release of Mantike, Poliwrath's requirement is arguably the easiest to achieve. But wait, there's more. 140 is not Poliwrath's true ceiling. This absolute beast can go even further. If Politoad is on the bench, Poliwrath's Hydro Knuckle will skyrocket all the way up to 180 damage, which essentially kills everything. Designing a dual energy deck that can reliably evolve into both Poliwrath and Politoad can be quite tricky. I've seen players combine Poliwrath with Mantike and Lucario, which is an inconsistent approach, as you're diluting your basic pool to a degree where finding Mantike early becomes unlikely. Let me show you the best way to play Poliwrath. Today's deck is the most consistent version of Poliwrath EX. We combine the evolution line with Mantike alone, in a deck designed to not only evolve onto Poliwrath quickly, but set up a Politoad support as well. We only run fighting type energy, resorting to Mantike as our water source. This approach allows us to avoid bad dual energy RNG. Poliwrath is a 3 energy attacker, meaning a Mantike lead can enable Hydro Knuckle as early as our second turn while going second, or our third turn going first. If we're able to complete our evolutions, our deck's power level surpasses the vast majority of meta decks at their best. This is why most of our trainer cards are there to enhance the consistency and speed of our evolutions. A full set of Pokemon communication works wonders with a total of 8 Pokemon in our deck. And then there's Fishing Net. This tech is amazing here. If our Poliwag lead goes down early, Fishing Net can allow us to recycle it so that the Politoad endgame dream remains. But we can also use Fishing Net with Mantike, providing us with more fuel for Pokemon communication to find our missing piece. This is how you play Poliwrath EX, ladies and gentlemen. A deck optimized towards finding our pieces early, with which we can work towards a double stage 2 board. Once Poliwrath is ready to go, very few Pokemon can withstand this blow. What Pokemon should I put the ground next? You decide! Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free. Free is good. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Here we go. Let's play some Poliwrath. We have a Poliwag lead going first, though. That's not great. That's technically the worst case scenario. Though we do have the evolution ready. We're gonna go for double Pokeball. This will guarantee a Mantike and maybe a second Poliwag. Very nice. But we need to get that Mantike to the front. We need to get that Mantike to the front. As they find a friend, and we gotta see what we do here. There's another Pokemon communication that we can hold on to. We can even potentially combine it with Fishing Net later. We have to retreat. Having to correct our opener like this is a bit of a problem, right? Because if they find the Espeon, which it seems like they always do, then we're gonna have to take a hit before you know, we retaliate. So now that I think about it, I could just Fishing Net to draw again. Let me go for the Professor's Research. Let me go for the fishing net to bring back Mantike. Let's drop the Mantike. Let's retreat with you. And at this point... we can do this. And as long as they don't red card us this turn, we can bring in Poliwrath and we can start sweeping them with the Politoad in the back. I just need them to not attack my hand this turn. How many cards left in the deck? 4. I mean, if they have it, they have it. Oh my god. There's the giant cave we were expecting. Just attack, please. Just attack me. Come on, just attack me. Yes! Yes! It worked. The fishing net play. We were able to correct our, like, the worst opener, which is going first with Poliwag in the front. And now we have the Politoad at the back, and we're ready to sweep, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready. Rare candy. Surprise, motherfucker. The power. What a KO. Beautiful. We find all the pieces. The fishing net was so clutch. It's actually, like, theoretically, it's just so important, right? Because, especially with double Pokemon communication as well, like, it really helps us bridge the gap and end up in this sort of situation in the end game with that Politoad in the bench with a retreat cost of 1 and a book 140. So we don't even worry about them Sabrinaing us. We don't care. We don't care. We can retreat it for free. I mean, for almost free. Tank a hit and then send it to the back and hit again. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, I mean, they're trying. They are trying. That's 90 damage. But my boy's bulky. My boy's got that. Oh my, this was beautiful. Oh man, this. Exactly how I envisioned it. Like the deck functioning. Oh my goodness. Round 2. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh, he's ready. 2 attacks. All we need for a GG no re. Clean. That was sick. Round 2. Don't mind if I do. As we're facing off against Fire, and we got a Mantike lead this time around. With Poliwhirl and Poliwrath and Rare Candy. Just gotta find that Poliwag. Which theoretically is easier to find, but I don't wanna... I mean, this is why we run a full set of Pokemon communication, right? This deck is... the most important thing is finding our pieces. Our Pokemon pieces. We still have space for Sabrina, Guzma, and Lily. But most of our trainer cards are there to just help us find our combo pieces because our Pokemon are very self-sufficient in that sense. So what I'm saying is the odds of us finding, with 3 incoming draws, the odds of us finding Poliwag are extremely high. Because we have the Pokeballs, we have the Poliwags, and in a pinch, we have Pokemon communication to resort to. As we can get rid of the Poliwhirl since we have the Rare Candy. But ideally that's not the case. That's not what happens because we want to be able to combine 2. Am I just rambling to myself? Like, is this person even here? We'll find out. Okay, they took like forever to drop that EV. Literally like that. Wow. AFK. Kind of annoying when I'm recording and it happens. Like somebody just takes like 2 minutes to drop 1 card. Because I just find myself yapping. But that's essentially my thought process here. I don't want to get rid of this Poliwhirl unless I have to, because it allows me... I do want to try to evolve 2 of them. That's the whole point of the deck. There's the Pokeball. Because it's more important for us to find Poliwag than anything, I'm going to Professor's Research first without thinning my deck out of basics. And then I'm going to go for the Pokeball. Enhancing my chances of finding what I need here. There we go. Now I just gotta hope they don't red card me. Because otherwise I have... Oh, Entei. I have one hell of an opener here. Mantike lead going second is the ideal scenario, but the good thing about this deck is that if we lead off with Poliwag going second, that's actually not bad at all either, because we can find the other Poliwag, place it onto our bench, and get going with that. Oh, Entei's coming to the front. Just no red card. No hand disruption, and we're pretty much set. We're gonna run right through them. Oh yeah. This game is over. Ladies and gentlemen, this game, especially because there's no giant cape on this game is quite simply over. Yeah, it's nasty when we get to open like that. And again, that's why a full set of Pokemon communication really makes a difference. Round 3. Back to going first as we run against Darkness. This time we have the Mantike lead going first though, which makes a massive difference. We have the Pokeball in hand as well with Poliwhirl and Poliwrath. As we're facing off against Guzzlord. Grindcore could be a little bit disgusting. Because if it takes away my blue energy, then we're... No, you're kidding me. Well, shit. I automatically assumed I was getting that Poliwag, but I got the short end of the stick there. Damn. We have one turn to draw into it. One turn to draw into it, otherwise we're cooked. Shit. Okay, we do find it. We could get Sabrina here if we don't develop this Mantike. But realistically speaking, can we do this? We have double rare candy, so I am going to drop this Mantike just so we protect against Sabrina at the very least. I'm going to Splashy Toss. Give that energy to Poliwag and see if we can salvage this game. We have double rare candy, so we can use the Pokemon communication on Poliwhirl. And being protected against Sabrina is a pretty big deal here. There's a Nihilego. And we gotta watch out for that Grindcore. That Grindcore could just like automatically win them the game. I don't really have... I've had such a slow setup here that I can't really... I can't really afford to... I need to wait. Because at this point, I just need to Guzma here. And I need to pray. Quite simply, I need to pray that... So right now, there's one Poliwag, one Poliwrath EX, and one Politoed. There's still 3 Pokemon left, so I'm gonna hold on to this Pokemon communication. And I'm just gonna Hydro Knuckle. And I'm gonna hope that this Grindcore does not take away my blue energy. That's where we're at here. Well, we try to be patient with our... They go for the Pokemon Center Lady. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. They don't put it outside of range. That Pokemon Center lady was a little bit weird. Yes. Yes. Good. The more energy I can stack on this, the better. Okay, there's the Politoed. So now we go for it. Now it's a 50% chance for this Pokemon communication to find this Poliwag. There we go. There we go. I see the light. Ladies and gentlemen, I see the light. Smash him. Smash him. And now, again, as long as this Grindcore does not take... It can flip 2 heads. I'll allow it. But just don't hit my blue energy. Then we one-shot this thing. They could have a Lusamine. There's a Lusamine. And then they're gonna try to 2-hit KO us. They're gonna go for... They should go for the Tyrannical Hole immediately. Yep. But we're thick. Baby, we're thick. And we got backup. We got Poliwrath's best friend. Politoed, baby. Let's get it for the intro! 1-hit KO! Let's go! Oh man, that was gorgeous. Oh, that game, like, I was tilted from the get-go, right? Because I have that Mantine lead, and I go for a Pokeball like 2 out of 3 times. Should always get me a Poliwag, and I pick up the other Mantine, and I'm like, well, shit. But we don't give up. We don't. And you guys see how consistently I can just set up a board with both of them. The double Pokemon communication with the fishing net. Oh my. Oh. Cinema. Let's keep going. We're going back and forth like first, second. And this time around, we have a Poliwag lead, which we can use to call for family. As we face off against a Miltank, ready to frenzy. But once we enable like Poliwrath, we don't even need blue energy to one-shot. I mean, never mind. Now we do. Okay, so they get rid of our Lily. A little bit annoying, but you know, could be worse. Seems people have caught on to my silver tech. So they red card on us. And that just about completely ruins my hand. Well, that's annoying. Well, that is annoying. Silver gave them the information. They saw that we have the evolution set, so they went for a red card. That was proper. Kind of obnoxious, but it is what it is. They may just be like going all in on Miltank, which is very clearly a mistake. I'm gonna go ahead and put the energy onto this Poliwag, and I'm gonna evolve into Poliwhirl. And then I'm going to Splashy Toss onto the other Poliwag. So now both of my Poliwags have water energy. And now as my Mantine goes down, if I top deck into a Pokemon communication, I can use it to try to find what I need. So now their Rolling Frenzy deals 70 damage. Next turn, so that means my Poliwhirl will be able to survive 1 hit. So I have 2 turns to draw into Poliwrath, essentially. With Fishing Net in the mix, you know, 2 Pokemon Communications, 2 Professor's Research, 2 Poliwrath EX, like half of my deck can very easily lead to it. Now, should I Guzma here, or should I just... Now I have 1 turn to draw it. I could, like, not draw it. I could be that unlucky to not draw it. We have Sabrina to potentially try to counter it. They have all the healing and everything. They're just going all in with it. Please, come on. Pokemon communication, Poliwrath, something. Okay, okay, that greatly enhances our chances. Come on. Come on. There it is. 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 We have another Mantike there. So we go for this first. And now we communicate. Here we go. Here we go. Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's go. That's the deck design. That's our consistency, ladies and gentlemen. Get milked. Bitch. Oh. I thought I was gonna get milk tanked. But this deck is consistent, man. Like if we don't pick up that Pokeball there, we can use the fishing net to bring it up the Mantike and use Pokemon communication on it. I just really like the fishing net tech, you know? Like I think it legitimately, I'm not trying to be edgy, it legitimately makes the deck better. And it's really cool for such an underplayed card to find a home outside of like what is immediately intended for it, right? Which is, you know, stuff like with the new Gyarados and the likes, and Wishy-Washy. I don't know, it makes me happy to use a card outside of a show like that and have it be useful. All right. We're on a roll. Let's keep going. Okay, going first. And we got a double Mantike lead. Okay, I'm a little bit worried, like, but with the Professor's Research going first, I shouldn't really be. 2 Pokeballs, 2 Poliwags, 2 Pokemon Communications. I think we're gonna be fine. Don't want to jinx it, but you know. I believe in my deck, in my deck's consistency. And if I can set up a Poliwrath here properly, okay, there we go. Then I can just sweep. So let's work for that. We have the Poliwrath EX and we have the fishing net. So here's the Poliwag. Let's drop the Mantike because we have the fishing net to use with Pokemon communication if need be. Let's go for the splashy toss. And then we can actually evolve into Poliwhirl and set up the kill by going for a Knuckle Punch to be able to apply pressure to Giratina. We're going in. Even if they were to have a Pokemon Center Lady, the damage from Knuckle Punch, unless they have Double Potion? No, then that potion is irrelevant. Yep, we're applying pressure from the get-go. No doubt about it. We're going in. And that hit prior makes a difference. Hydro Knuckle, baby. Here we go. That's why I choose that Poliwhirl instead of like the new one, because we're playing Mantike, so when we send in Poliwhirl, he's always gonna have 1 energy most of the time prior, because otherwise we're just calling family with Poliwag before. So the 40 damage versus the 30 damage for 2 energy actually makes it better. They're gonna attack our hand here. Which is a huge problem. Because my Lily is done. Oh, no, wait, I one-shot them. Like, I just... for a moment, I'm like, I thought, God, I'm screwed, I need a Lily. But I forgot that Hydro Knuckle one-shot Darkrai. Oh, I derped. I was like, shit, I'm gonna lose to Mars. Oh. God, this deck is slapping. What the hell? Final boss, here we go. Go in first. Again, Psychic. Still, ooh, that's an opener. That's a crazy opener. Still. Oh no, they're gonna bite us immediately. Okay. Let's see what we find here. Besides that, well, we're quite simply gonna splashy toss. Still recovering from the fact that I had lethal on that Darkrai Giratina deck, and I just completely like. Okay, there's a giant cape. This is problematic though. This is definitely problematic because I won't be able to 2 KO. I won't be able to one-shot that unless I find the. I need to find a Guzma. So let's see what we get here. We're gonna go for the Professor's Research. As we find Rare Candy, I can pivot into Mantike again and try to buy myself a little bit more time. But then again, I can do the Fishing Net, bring that back, go for the Pokemon Communication. As we find the Poliwrath, which is not what we want. So what I'm trying to do here, though I could have just evolved into Poliwhirl and attacked the Eevee to put it at range. But then they would have been able to undo that damage with Sylveon anyways. Okay, no Sabrina to win them the game. I'm trying to stall to find Guzma. Also, I don't want my Poliwrath taking a hit from the Espeon before I hit it. But that's what I'm trying to do here. If I can draw into Guzma, if I can top deck into Guzma, I can one-shot this Espeon and pretty much win the game. So I'm trying to stall one more turn to draw it. Oh! Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, it's a prophecy. The prophecy untold. I don't even know what that means. Here we go. Hydro Knuckle! Out of here! Beautiful. Now they need one turn to build up energy. God! This session was insane! Okay, this deck is legit. I know we definitely got lucky in certain moments, but this deck is legit. Like, the double, I really, like, the double Pokemon communication, I know I mentioned like a million times in session, but it's so important. Because otherwise, a deck like this will not be able to set up a Politoed behind a Poliwrath so consistently, right? And the synergy between Pokemon Communication and Fishing Net. Fishing Net, the initial idea was if my Poliwag dies, I can bring it back and evolve it into Politoed with the other one in front, potentially. But it goes a lot beyond that. Like, I use it with Mantike more often than not. Mantike goes down, I use Fishing Net, and then I Pokemon Communication the Mantike, and I fish out the piece that I'm missing. And it works so nicely in that sense. Or I can just reutilize Mantike if I need to buy time with it. It just feels so neat. I don't know if I ended up using Lily, but it's definitely a very useful card to have to make sure that your Poliwrath can actually sweep. The Sabrina as well, but Guzma has been the most clutch card. I honestly think sometimes I feel like Guzma could easily have been a 2-of. Because it's been like, there's so many Pokemon that Hydro Knuckle just one-shots, but they counter with a giant cape, and being able to Guzma is such a big deal. So the supporter slots are somewhat flexible. But I definitely think without a doubt that Guzma is the highest performer here. And I think Sabrina's also just very necessary as well. But that's Poliwrath for you, man. I think this is the... I've seen different variations. Like, I've seen decks that use Mantike, but they also use Lucario, which I think is incredibly greedy and very inconsistent. I believe that from all the Poliwrath decks that I've seen, this is the one that is just the most consistent and reliable. Totally not biased in that statement, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and do that for the title. Love you, have a soul day. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games, and I'll see you all tomorrow.